Most business ideas don't fail because they're bad. They fail because of one invisible mistake people make before they ever make their first dollar. And if you miss this early, you don't just lose money. You lose time, confidence, and belief in yourself. Stay with me because once you see this, you'll never look at ideas the same way again. Welcome to the channel. My name is Larry Davis. You know how most people jump into an idea, work hard, stay busy, and still watch it collapse? Well, what I do is I help people slow down before they speed up so that they can build ideas that actually survive the early stages. In fact, I've watched people with average ideas outlast and outperform people with brilliant ideas simply because they avoided the early traps that we're about to talk about in this video. Your business idea is not failing because the market is crowded. It's failing because you're building it on the wrong foundation. In this video, I'm going to show you why most ideas collapse early, even if the person is smart, motivated, and serious about their business. And more importantly, I'll show you what actually keeps an idea alive long enough to work. No hype, no fluff, just the truth that most people learn too late. All right, point one. Most ideas die from excitement exhaustion. The fastest way to kill an idea is falling in love with how it feels instead of how it functions. I'm sure you've heard of the honeymoon phase, the idea of the honeymoon phase. At the start of any new relationship, there's a honeymoon phase. And that's the phase when everything feels good, everything is going well, and you're on cloud nine, and you're dreaming, and it just feels good. Well, that phase is not in relationships. It's not only in relationships. It's also in when you start a new goal, when you start a new habit. Your brain is flooded with excitement. Everything feels possible. But then reality shows up. In business, that's the moment when sales don't come fast enough, when effort is not rewarded instantly. Most people don't quit because it's hard. They quit because that good and exciting feeling has worn off. And so the takeaway here is ideas don't fail when excitement ends. Ideas fail when people don't expect the excitement to end. It's like a surprise that they're no longer excited, and that's when their idea fails. Point two, most people build for themselves, not for the world. They don't build for the market. They're building their product, their business for themselves and not for the actual market. An idea makes sense in your head and it can feel like it's real life. It feels so real to you because it's an idea that you came up with. Think about a chef who opens a restaurant and they only cook their favorite foods. They cook what they love. They believe in it. They're passionate about the food that they love. But the neighborhood does not want that food. The neighborhood does not care about the food that you love. They care about the food that they love. And so now the chef blames marketing. It blames pricing or the economy. But the simple truth is the menu was built for the chef, not for the customer. And so the takeaway here is great ideas don't start with passion. They start with problems that people already have and they want a solution to their problem. Point three, early failure comes from skipping the boring stuff. See, most ideas don't fail from lack of talent. They fail from a lack of tolerance of boredom. People can't go through that boring season, that boring phase. There's a saying, amateurs chase inspiration, but professionals chase systems. Early business is often not exciting. As a matter of fact, probably throughout the entire business, it's probably not exciting. It's repetitive, it's quiet, it's unseen. And most people quit during the phase where nothing is clapping back yet. Nothing is happening. It's crickets, it's quiet. That's when most people quit. And the takeaway here is if you need constant motivation, your ideal won't survive anyway. Your ideal will not survive long enough for it to mature because you need constant motivation and constant excitement. All right, point number four. Fear shows up disguised as logic. Sometimes quitting feels smart. It feels like the right thing to do, but it's actually fear dressed up in a nice suit. It's fear disguised as logic. Like you're thinking, okay, well, this makes sense. Well, it's not that it makes sense. It's that it's fear, but you have rationalized that fear into something that makes sense. You see, there's a moment where people say, I just don't think this is the right time. And they say, okay, this makes sense to quit because I just don't think it's the right time. But that's actually just fear. Notice when that thought shows up. When that thought shows up, it's usually right after rejection. It's usually right after silence, right after doubt creeps in. You see, the reason why it's disguised because fear actually does not say, I'm scared. It's not like being scared. Fear says, let's be realistic. And so now you're operating under being realistic when it's really fear. And so the takeaway is most ideas don't fail because they're wrong. They fail because fear talks people out of all of their chances. Fear is talking you out of being consistent. And point number 5, people expect proof before progress. You see, most people want results before they commit, but results only come after you commit. Imagine planting a seed and digging it up every day to see if it's growing. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? And that's what most people do. They plant a seed and then they dig it up every day. They keep testing it. They keep stopping. They keep restarting. They keep switching the idea. And then they wonder why nothing grows. See, the takeaway here is early stage ideas need time. They need time to grow, to incubate. You don't need to keep digging it up. You don't need to keep looking at it and changing the idea. Give it time. They need time, not constant evaluation. If this video hit you, here's your next step. Stop asking, is this idea working yet? And start asking, am I giving this idea enough time to work? And if you want more videos just like this to help you think more clearer, to stop quitting too early, subscribe to the channel. Because most people don't fail from a lack of ability. They fail from a lack of patience. And now you know better. And so that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.